Okay, take three. So this is the end of October, so here's my October update. I've tried to record it twice now. The video's not cooperating. I had to lend my fiance my computer, so working off of my phone and running into some issues. So I'll try and make it quick. So here's the one I've been working on for the most part pretty consistently this past month. This is the traditional wedding sampler from Just Cross Stitching June 2016. And here's my progress. It's still on the cue snap. My wedding's coming up, so I really need to get this one done. I believe it was about here when last we spoke. So I did this band of lowercase letters, and now I'm working on this bottom section. My border matched up, which is always exciting. And so I have some swans here, a lot of flowers around this vine. And I have another row of those lowercase letters, and then the lettering to go inside there too. But making good progress, and I'm hoping this can be the first one that I sign with my new name. So, yeah. So it's like, it's weird I want to finish it, but like not too soon. But I don't think I have anything to worry about on that account. Here's my next one. This is Bygone Stitches One Nation. Oh, and I really love this piece. It's so cool. So the stripes are the state names, and I didn't realize this until I had already started stitching it, but they're in the order they joined the Union, which is pretty cool. So at first I was like, what is this order? Like, why aren't we starting with like Alabama or something? But no. So when last you saw this piece, I had done a very little bit of the blue in the top left, but now, through the help of a bunch of stitch-alongs, I've gotten most of that blue done. Well, a lot more of that blue done. Still a lot more to go, but the blue is nice because it's the same pattern. It just kind of repeats itself. So once you get one part of the pattern in your mind, you can just kind of run with it. And that's what I like about the stripes as well. So as you can see, I'm almost done with the third one. I have like, what, 10 stitches to go on that border there. But yeah, so once you get the lettering done, then you can go back and just stitch in the border, which is pretty cool because if you want like a piece where you're not like constantly looking at the chart every 5 seconds, this is the one, because it's really great to just go, not mindlessly, that's not the right term, but to just be able to stitch in a straight line for, I don't know, how many stitches is that? You know, very relaxing. But yeah, I mean, I'm making good progress on this. It's like I said, a fun one to stitch. So I'm not in any rush to finish it. Just enjoying stitching on it. But yeah, the Stitch Mania Election Challenge, I've been using this one a lot. For the blue, and then the red and white, I'm going to be using it for too, so. But that's a great weekday night stitch, I find. When you're still a little recovering from work. It's a good one. What else do we have here? Oh, here's my Mirabilia Rose of Sharon. And I believe the last time you guys saw this one, I had just a little, well, I had most of this top area done. So now I have completed these roses up here, and now we're starting to wrap ourselves around that second column with the roses. So, I feel like I'm so close on this one, but still so far. Because this other column is so deceiving, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm almost done. But I'm not really, because there's so many roses in this other column. So, but so close. I don't know when I plan to finish her, but I'd really like to. It's just hard to focus on her because those roses are killer. I'm parking for them, and yeah, they're just deceptively time consuming. I think is a good way to put it. Here's my next one. This is the Snowflower Diaries Joyful World stitch along. Ooh, get those out of the way. So I have done January, February, March, April, May, and I have outlined June. So this one, I have the patterns electronically, or I should say, so they're free patterns, free downloads on the Snowflower Diaries blog. So I have them in PDF format, essentially. And my fiance now has my computer. So these are slow going, because it's hard to stitch without a pattern. But that's why I outlined June at least, because at least the outline color I could kind of tell from my phone what color that was going to be. And I just stitched for that. So I had originally wanted to get this done this year, because I like to do a yearly stitch along. I think that's fun. But these pieces are so big, and now I was sort of behind anyway, and then when my fiance needed my laptop for school, that was the end of that. So hopefully in the new year, that'll be maybe something I can work on. Oh, this is what I keep my projects in. They're like scrapbook binders. I used to have one binder per project, and now I have many projects in each binder. But this one, I don't know how far along I was in my last update. This is the old mill in October. This is my, I'm not calling it a UFO because it's been a work in progress throughout, but I started it, it's called the mill in October, right? So I started it not last October, but the October before that. So it's been almost 2 years. More than 2 years. It's been a while. But I did stitch on it a little bit this month, I think. So I'm getting close to hitting that house again. And this is the piece that I learned to park for because I really wasn't making any progress stitching cross country. So yep, I'm parking on that one, but it's, I think this is 18 count, so it's very, well, not very small, but it's smaller than a lot of my projects. So that's been, and there's a lot of confetti, so that has been kind of hard to stitch a lot of confetti on a small count. But I've made some progress. Did a little bit in here. I think I had this purple done in my last video, so I just went and did that. But progress. It's gonna be a while on that one though. This is a labor of love. Alright. So those are my bigger pieces. Here's a couple more whips. So this one, well, this is where I store everything. So this one I had started, if you recall, on this fabric, which wasn't quite wide enough, unfortunately. So I talked about starting it over on the 14 count Aida that I found, black Aida, that I found in my stash, which I subsequently did. So this is from Just Cross Stitching, October 2015. So I'm just finally getting around to the October 2015 magazine. It is this little guy in the bottom. It's called Laughing Moon. So that's on hand-dyed fabric with, I believe, like kind of a variegated purple, I want to say. But here's where I'm at after starting over. So I had started with the top on the other piece of black fabric, and so I didn't want to restart with the same thing I had just stitched because I didn't want to feel defeatist about it. So I started in the bottom left corner. Up until this morning I had about this corner and like a little bit of the bottom of the pumpkin done, and I'm using this as the Stitch Mania Election Style whip you haven't worked on in a long time. And not that it's been that long, but I think it's been the longest one that I haven't touched that's still like active. That BU to Other sampler, that's probably the one I haven't touched in the longest time, but I don't have the anchor for it. So, well, I wanted to stitch on that one, but I couldn't. So anyway, so I finished the pumpkin, and now there's some swirlies, and then the witch is over here, and the moon is going to be up there. But I have named the pumpkin Arnold for obvious reasons if you watch Westworld, but it's Arnold the pumpkin. So this one's coming along nice. I'm working on it most of the morning. I don't know. I wanted to get this video in before the light got weird, so I don't know if I'm going to keep working on this one, maybe switch to one of my bigger projects. Who knows? Okay. And then I got on this Christmas kick. I don't know why. Like, because I was on this, like, Halloween kick for a while, which is why I was doing that piece. But now it's like, I'm just like Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. So I've been making a lot of ornaments. Oh gosh, I'm never gonna find the page this is on. Oh, so this is the Just Cross Stitching 2016 ornament issue. And I did this guy here, which is the 2016 stocking from WDC Needlework. I let my fiance pick. So he picked that one. And, oh, well, it's a finish. I guess I'm going out of order, but that's fine. So there's that one. And I kept like being a total ditz because I had the 2015 and the 2016 ornament issue out at the same time for obvious reasons in a moment. And I kept being like, what issue is this stocking in? It says 2016. It's in the 2016 issue. Like, duh. But I kept I kept picking up the 2015 one, expecting this to be in there. Anyway. Where is this other pattern? I think the other two are in the 2015 issue. Yep, that's one of them. I'm sorry, I should have like dog-eared these, so I'm not flipping through. What's one? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So this one I started after I finished that stocking. It is Lindsay Lane Designs Piece right here. And there's something so relaxing about just stitching in the same color, not having to worry about color changes. I think I'm a little burnt out because of my Mirabilia. But, you know, just stitching a nice cute little ornament in the red. Gotta love it. So I've been working on that one. And this was one of the ones I did for the Stitch Mania Election Challenge style. Just to stitch in red. Or no, to build a wall. This was build a wall. One of the days was build a wall, so I built these walls. But this was a new start for that, so. Yep. And it's on the same piece of fabric as the stocking. Anyway. Then there was another ornament that I did. Let's see if I can find that one. This one might be in the 2016 one. Yeah, I think this is in the 2016 one. These should really have like a table of contents. Oh my goodness. No. Well, oh, here it is. Yep, it's in the 2016 JCS ornament. It's this guy here. And that is, what number is that? Number 1. That is my Big Toe Designs Merry Christmas to You. So I wanted this ornament to have the year in it. So I took out the Merry Christmas. Alright. I took out the to you and made that 2016. So I'll just cover up our initials because I put those in there too, but there it is. And it's also an FFO, well, 90% of an FFO. So I stitched it up on a piece of 14 count Aida from my stash, and I just used like my go-to Christmas colors. What numbers are they? I don't know. I don't remember. I could guess, but I think most of them were left over from the 12 Days of Christmas that I did last year. But, so I went down to my parents' house and I asked them for some fabric. So my mom sent me my mom gave me this whole bag of Christmas scraps that is they're like the perfect size for finishing ornaments. So I've been breaking into that, but I figured this was the best color to match this. It's hard to show you the colors, but yeah. So this is gonna get a little ribbon, just also from my mom's stash. She's a quilter, she doesn't cross stitch, so I ask her for fabric every now and then. But yeah, so it's just gonna have like a little red ribbon at the top and a hanger, that kind of thing. But so like 90% of an FFO. Getting there. And this one, so I'm just showing you because I think this is gonna be an FFO for my Christmas tree. But this I finished back in January, February time. This was part of my Crazy 7 that I started in January. But I think I'm finally gonna finish it, like FFO it. And I think it's gonna be very similar to what I did for this guy. So, though it's circular, so that might be a little harder. Maybe I'll finish it into a flat ornament. I don't know. But we'll see. So that's on my list. Probably once I finish Peace, the one with the little red house. Probably once I finish that, then I'll start FFOing those 3 that I have finished but not FFO'd. I did have another one I wanted to do. I'm not going to try and find it again because I think you're sick of me flipping through magazines. But it's like a little tree outline. So I think that's going to be, you know, in all this free time I have. Planning a wedding. It's lovely. But yeah, I want to do the tree as well, but we will see. So I might just finish Peace and FFO what I have and then go from there. The last thing I have for you is My Token of Love by Rosewood Manor. And I'm just going to cover our wedding date, but it is done. Yes. So this one, oh man, I loved these motifs. They went so quickly. I don't remember exactly when I finished it, but yeah, it was not long for how much stitching is involved in this. Because each of the motifs really felt like a finish, which is great. Plus I didn't have to change colors, which is awesome. Just nice for a change. But yeah, this one, I feel like I flew through it. And when I put the last stitches in it, I was sad. So I guess that's, you know, how you know you enjoyed a whip, if you're sad when you finish it. But I guess that just means I have to do another Rosewood Manor piece. But I'm, for the new year, I'm going to try and do a stitch from stash, because I do have enough stash that I could do that. I have a lot of whips going right now. I have my Mirabilia Maidens of the Seasons. That's going to be all 4 of the maidens next to each other. Hello? Like, that's going to take at least a year to finish, right? Oh, I have a Heaven and Earth design that I bought that I can't show you because it's in the other room. Next time. I'll just keep you in suspense. But, so I have the Heaven and Earth. I don't have the fabric for it or the floss. But that's probably for the best. Because I do have that other full coverage piece that Old Mill in October that is still ongoing. So I have plenty to stitch on for a stitch from stash. And I have 2 more kits. So like, what am I even talking about, right? Oops. Yeah, so I've got this kit. This is from, we went to my LNS a long time ago, but we bought these kits here in Old Mill in October. So I've had these for long enough that I could start them. But yeah, so there's this guy. What is this even called? I don't even know. Wayside Chapel. And this guy, which is what, Winter Memories? Is that what that says? Yeah. But yeah, so I've got those 2, and then I've got that Glendon Place Headless Horseman. So those 3 are kitted up. So I could certainly stitch from stash for a while. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. But anyway, I think that's all I have for you. So thanks for watching. It's not too long, I hope. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully next time I'll have a bunch of finishes and at least more progress on my whips. We'll see. We'll see. But thanks for watching. Bye!